recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Wrestling fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of Gotmark76 this week. Wrestlemania is history, and last week saw the 1+ year reign of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff come to an end at the hands of Hulk Hogan. However, the Hulk Hogan victory wasn't a surprise, as Hulk Hogan was on a bit of a roll heading into WrestleMania. However, what was a surprise was that Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff kicked out of Hulk Hogan's leg drop. Hulk Hogan kicked out of Mr. Wonderful's pile driver. It was a roll-up from behind, a miscue by Paul Orndorff that led to the conclusion of the match and Hulk Hogan winning the World Heavyweight Championship. We will start this show off by announcing that next week, live from Madison Square Garden, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff will receive his rematch against Hulk Hogan. We will have that match for you here live next week on Gotmark76 this week. Also, on today's show, Larry Zbyszko will defend the AWA World Heavyweight Championship against an opponent to be named later. He promises it is against a worthy opponent for a world title opportunity. And we will also see the superpowers of Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff defend their NWA World Tag Team Championship against the Varsity Club, Kevin Sullivan and Mike Rotunda. We start today's show in the AWA as Sergeant Slaughter takes on Colonel De Beers. Oh, and Slarge goes down, and De Beers with the early advantage. Sarge kicks De Beers away. And a knee to the back of the Colonel. And now Slaughter with a series of right hands ramming De Beers face first to the mat. Slaughter with a scoop slam, down goes De Beers. Slaughter, a top contender to the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. And De Beers trying to do everything he can to derail the Sarge. And De Beers with an uppercut sends Sarge reeling. Oh, Sarge takes down De Beers with a big uppercut and an elbow drop. Sarge goes for the cover. Referee counts one and a kick out at one by De Beers. And this time a slam, a powerful slam by Slaughter, more or less tossing De Beers to the mat. Throws him into the ropes. And a beautiful spine buster by Sergeant Slaughter. The fans here in Vegas respond. And Slaughter staying on top of De Beers. And a knee to the midsection. A series of kicks to the chest. And De Beers goes down. Slarge on the second turnbuckle. And a big axe handle across the back of Colonel De Beers. Sarge goes for the cover. And a kick out at one again by De Beers. And Slaughter in control of this contest. And De Beers is in trouble. But he's trying to make a comeback. A snapmare takeover. But when he drops a knee across the head of Sergeant Slaughter, now stomping away. And De Beers with an elbow to the throat. I thought Sarge had this match locked up. De Beers making a comeback. And a big right hand by De Beers Oh, and Sarge coming back with the right hands of his own. Has De Beers. But De Beers fights back with a forearm smash. Oh, and a double axe handle takes Sarge down. And now De Beers, scratching the back of Sergeant Slaughter. But Slaughter, it woke him up. Fires De Beers into the turnbuckle. Charges and choke in the corner. The referee's in there. He has a count to 5. And Slaughter breaks it up. Slaughter now picking up De Beers. What's he have in mind? A kick to the midsection, then a clothesline from behind takes De Beers down. Sarge goes for the cover. Oh, and De Beers barely kicks out at 2. Slaughter now climbing the second turnbuckle. He misses an elbow drop, and De Beers may have the opening he's looking for. Has Sarge and rams him into the top turnbuckle. But Sarge blocks it and rams De Beers into the top turnbuckle, and now De Beers has been busted open. A forearm to the back of Slaughter, and De Beers. Setting up Slaughter. He has him. Going for that maneuver. But Slaughter clothesline takes De Beers down. Slaughter now in control. An inside cradle. The referee counts. 2, and a kick out of 2 barely by De Beers. And Slaughter missing with a double axe handle gives De Beers an opportunity here. Has Slaughter against the ropes and throws him to the outside. What's De Beers have in mind here? Wait a second, what's he doing? He's picking him up. And a pile driver! Oh my God! Off the ring apron! And Slaughter's hurt! And Slaughter is not moving. Oh man. Slaughter's hurt. Here's a replay. A despicable act by Colonel De Beers, pile driving Slaughter off the ring apron, and Slaughter, oh man, they're bringing out a stretcher. They are bringing out a stretcher. Sergeant Slaughter has not moved, and he's on a stretcher, and they are taking Slaughter to the back. And fans, this match obviously ends in a no contest, but more importantly, Sergeant Slaughter in a world of trouble. And wait a second. De Beers attacking Slaughter on the stretcher. Are you kidding me? Someone get in there. Come on. This is a despicable act. We don't need to see any more of this. Cut away. Cut away. Welcome back to Gotmark76. What an utterly despicable display by Colonel De Beers, pile driving Sergeant Slaughter from the ring apron down to the floor. We, of course, will keep you posted on the condition of Sergeant Slaughter next week. But man, Colonel De Beers will have hell to pay when Sergeant Slaughter comes back. Our following contest will take us to the NWA as World Tag Team Champions, the Superpowers, defend the World Tag Team Championship against the Varsity Club. Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff won the World Tag Team titles last month at WrestleWar, and the Varsity Club will pose a tough challenge in keeping those titles. Without further ado, let's head to NWA Worldwide as the Superpowers defend the titles. And the Varsity Club making their way to the ring here. They will look to add tag team gold as Mike Rotunde, former World Television Champion, looking to add the NWA World Tag Team titles to his resume. And he will look to do so with the Games Master Kevin Sullivan as his partner. And here they are making their way to the ring, the NWA World Tag Team Champions. Nikita Koloff and the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, they are collectively known as the Superpowers. And Nikita Koloff What a great run for Nikita Koloff. The past calendar year, Nikita Koloff, a former NWA World Champion, he held that title for a short time, defeating Nature Boy Ric Flair in controversial fashion, lost that title in a series of best out of 7, but then won the NWA World Tag Team Championship with Sting, lost the titles to the Midnight Express, and again won the World Tag Team titles just last month at WrestleMania. So a great calendar year, Nikita Koloff, and this time Dusty Rhodes, former World Heavyweight Champion, as his Tag Team Champion partner, as Dusty backs Sullivan into the ropes, and the referee breaks it up. Collar and elbow tie up, Dusty with a headlock. So we know that the Road Warriors are hot on the trail of the Superpowers, and they will get a rematch live on April 22nd in Philadelphia at the Civic Center as the Superpowers defend against the Road Warriors, and that's if they get past the Varsity Club. Now, obviously, if the Varsity Club were to win the titles here today, then they would defend the titles against the Road Warriors in Philadelphia. And a tag, here comes Nikita, throwing Sullivan up and over the top rope. And now, snapmaring him over the top rope, and Sullivan being tossed around like a rag doll. Misses the clothesline, but Nikita with a big axe handle takes Sullivan down. And Nikita with a front face lock takes Sullivan down with a snapmare takeover, working the neck now of the Games Master. I find it a little odd that Kevin Sullivan started the match for his team. We all know that Captain Mike is a workhorse here in the NWA. And one would think, oh, here comes Rotundo, the tag being made. Sullivan with a drop toe hold and an elbow by Rotundo. One would think that Rotundo would have worn down Nikita and/or Dusty, and Sullivan would have come in for the finish. But you need to be physical with the Superpowers. Nikita Koloff is 275 pounds, and I don't think there's an ounce of fat on him. As Rotundo breaks the hold. Ooh, and the backdrop by Nikita, reversing the gut-wrench suplex attempt by Mike Rotundo. Tags in Dusty, and now Dusty going to work on Rotundo. Into the ropes goes Rotundo, off the ropes, going for an arm drag. Didn't get him the first time, gets him the second time. As Dusty allowing Rotundo to tag in Sullivan. Oh, and up and over the top rope goes Sullivan. And there is a long line of history between Dusty Rhodes and Kevin Sullivan. These two men have battled each other all over the country, in and out of the NWA, and a big right hand takes Sullivan down. Dusty in control. Staying on top of Sullivan. And now working the arm. Oh, but Sullivan fires back with a big right hand. Dusty fires back with his own. Up for a suplex. And down goes Sullivan. Dusty picks up the Games Master, who reverses it with a big right hand of his own. Blocks a chop by Dusty, and nails Dusty with a clothesline. Sullivan going for the pinfall. Could we have new champs? 1, 2, and 3. No! A kick out by the Dream. And Sullivan staying on top of Dusty, having a submission maneuver on, but Nikita comes in and breaks it up. Oh, and has Sullivan up. Gorilla press slam down goes Sullivan. We came so close to having new World Tag Team Champions. Dusty going for the cover. Will they retain? 1! And the kick out at 1 by Sullivan. I think that shocked Dusty just a little bit, how close he came to being pinned. And now Sullivan tagging in Rotundo, who's going to the top rope. Oh, and he flies and nails Dusty with a crossbody off the top. Being launched by the Games Master and Rotundo, staying on top of Dusty Rhodes. Dusty reversing it, taking Rotundo down and making that desperately needed tag. Here comes Nikita, charging with a big axe handle down on Rotunda. Oh, and a big elbow catches Rotunda in the throat. Nikita picking up Rotunda. Working the arm, and Rotunda with an elbow to the side of the head breaks him over. Nikita misses with a clothesline. And a Russian leg sweep by Rotunda on Nikita. And now Rotunda choking out Nikita. Will we have new NWA World Tag Team Champions? The Varsity Club trying to do that as Rotunda has Nikita up in the suplex. And down goes Nikita. And Rotunda staying on top of Nikita. Throwing Nikita into the turnbuckle. Rotunda has Nikita, picks him up, and a body slam down. Rotunda going up to the second turnbuckle. Could it be that elbow drop? And he nails him with it as Dusty tried to break the maneuver. Rotunda goes for the cover, but Dusty breaks it up. I think Dusty was trying to catch Rotunda, and he did not. Fans, we'll be right back into this quick timeout. Don't go away. Welcome back to Worldwide Wrestling as all hell is broken loose. All four men in the ring at the same time. Nikita working over Sullivan. Dusty working over Rotunda. And the referee has not called for a disqualification as the legal men in the ring are Nikita and Rotunda as Nikita pile drives Mike Rotunda. And Dusty going for the cover. He's on top. Will they retain 1, 2, and 3? And the Superpowers have retained the World Tag Team Championship. I was not sure who the legal men were. I know Rotunda was legal, and it turned out Dusty was legal. And the Superpowers have retained the World Tag Team Championship here on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. And here are some highlights from earlier in the contest. And that was a pile driver that was delivered during the commercial break. Here's the bionic punches by Dusty, also delivered during the commercial break. Well, we got back just in time to see the Superpowers retain the World Tag Team Championship. Of course, they will defend those titles on April 22nd at the Philadelphia Civic Center on the Gotmark76 YouTube channel. We'll be back with more Gotmark76 this week after this quick timeout. Don't go away. contest as the Superpowers retain the NWA World Tag Team Championship against the Varsity Club. They will look to keep that momentum going as they defend the World Tag Team Championships against the Road Warriors on April 22nd here on the Gotmark76 YouTube channel. It is time for our main event as Larry Zbyszko defends the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. Now, we still do not know who his opponent is, but he said it is somebody who is worthy of an AWA World Title match and someone who has never received a title opportunity in the past. That could be many wrestlers on the roster. I'm curious to see who Larry Zbyszko has in mind. Before we take you to our main event, we want to remind you that next week here on Gotmark76 this week, Hulk Hogan will defend the World Wrestling Federation Championship against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. That will be our huge main event next week here on Gotmark76 this week. Without further ado, let's see who Larry Zbyszko has in mind as he defends the AWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the AWA World Heavyweight Championship.
That is right. Larry Zbyszko will defend the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. We do not know his opponent, but apparently Larry Zbyszko has hand-chosen a top contender who he claims has never received an AWA World Title opportunity. And should he get through this challenge, then he will face Jerry the King Lawler at Super Clash on May 6th on the Gotmark76 YouTube channel. But I do find it a little shocking as Larry Zbyszko is not one who likes to leave surprises. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Jake the Milkman Milliman. And that is the man who Larry Zbyszko claims as a top contender. And I will agree, he's never received an AWA World Title opportunity. That will change right now. I mean no disrespect to Jake Milliman. The man has a heart of a lion. He will give everything he has. He will do everything he can to win the AWA World Heavyweight Title. But this is a mockery. Larry Zbyszko knows that Jake...
challenger from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 280 pounds, Jake the Milkman.
Jake Milliman's record here in the AWA is favored considerably in the loss column.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 233 pounds.
And I hope
he is the AWA
that Larry Zbyszko knows what he's getting into here. If he's overconfident, I assure you Jake Milliman may just have what it takes to win. If Larry Zbyszko is overlooking Jake Milliman, then I can't believe I'm going to say it, could have a new World Heavyweight Champion. He is not someone I would take lightly. However, like I said earlier, his one-loss record here in the AWA is not favorable. And a rake of the eyes by Zbyszko going to work on Milliman. Oh, but Milliman fights back. And another jab. And a big right hand, another right hand. And Milliman fighting back, another one. Stuns Zbyszko. Oh, one up and over. Zbyszko taking Milliman over. And now, suplexing Milliman back into the ring. And I would imagine, come on, Jerry Lawler will get a world title opportunity May 6th at Super Clash. It will be a steel cage match. And this is not a tester. This is not a prep match. This is an insult. I'm sorry. But Milliman doing everything he can. Because who knows if or when he'll ever receive Another world title match. And he has Zbyszko reeling. Zbyszko catches the leg of Jake and flips him over. A beautiful maneuver by the living legend, but Milliman continues to fight back. Oh, and a big clothesline takes Zbyszko down. I'm not going to hide it. I'm pulling for Jake here. I want to see a new world champion. I try to be unbiased, but man, Zbyszko really, he announced a world title match and a hand-picked opponent, and we kind of all gave him the benefit of the doubt, and then he pulls out Jake Milliman. I hope Jake beats him. I hope Jake wins the title. And now Zbyszko, oh, and a reversal by Milliman. Takes Zbyszko down again. A knee to the back. Come on, Jake. Zbyszko back to his feet. Throws Jake into the ropes. Oh, and a punch to the midsection. And Jake goes down. A forearm to the back by Zbyszko. And now a headlock and a punch to the face. And Milliman's in trouble. Zbyszko rolls him over, and that should be it. Referee counts one, and a kick out of one! Come on, Jake! Front face lock by the champ. And a big punch. Has Milliman up. And a guillotine over the top rope. And that's it. Zbyszko does not go for the cover. Instead, he's trying to add insult to injury, working the arm. Picks up Milliman. But Milliman fighting back with a kick to the midsection. Milliman being thrown into the ropes. But Milliman catches Zbyszko. Forearm to the back. Now Milliman whipping Zbyszko into the ropes. And a beautiful arm drag, a hip toss. Oh, but Zbyszko kick to the face. Come on, Jake. Jake with a hip toss, but Zbyszko fighting back, another headlock and a punch to the face. There, closed fist. The referee does not see it. Zbyszko wisely doing the closed fist away from the referee's vision. And now Zbyszko going to work on the leg of Jake the Milkman Milliman. And stomping away on the thigh. Zbyszko goes for the cover, and that should be it. 1, 2, and no! A kick out by Jake. Come on, Jake! Zbyszko picks up the Milkman. And a neck breaker takes Milliman down, and that's it. But Zbyszko does not go for the cover. Stomps the side of Milliman's head. And Milliman's busted open. He's punching away. Milliman not giving up. Again, has the heart of a lion. Has Zbyszko up on his shoulders. And a slam down. Come on, Jake. Jake dragging Zbyszko to the center of the ring. Goes for the cover. Will we have a new champ? 1, 2, and no! Oh, man. Jake came with an eyelash of winning the AWA World Heavyweight Title. Milliman staying on top of Zbyszko, needed the midsection in a series of kicks. Come on, Jake, you can do it. Stomping away on the arrogant AWA World Heavyweight Champion, who wisely rolls out of the ring, rolls back in. Oh, when he has Jake up. Could it be that brainbuster? Oh, when he nails him with a brainbuster. Zbyszko goes for the cover. 2 and 3. And Zbyszko knew he was in trouble and put Milliman away with that brainbuster. But man, Milliman came within an eyelash of winning the World Heavyweight Title here. And man, I was pulling for him. Here are some highlights from earlier in the contest. And if Larry Zbyszko thought this was an exhibition, which I don't think it was, Jake was very much in this match the entire time, then he will have his hands full when he defends the AWA World Heavyweight Title inside of a steel cage at Super Clash against Jerry the King Lawler. And here's Milliman going for the cover, 2 3/4. And you can add that video file to Milliman's resume as almost winning the world title. Fans, we thank you for tuning in to Gotmark76. Remember, next week, the huge main event, the rematch, Hulk Hogan defends his newly won World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight title against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff at Madison Square Garden. Until then, we'll see you at the matches. Goodbye, everybody. What the what?